Hi, YouTube. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Sit back, relax, enjoy. I thought I'd talk to you, show you my process of drawing, then switching it to painting. So, here we go. And this took me several hours to do, but I sped it up. I don't think anybody wants to watch 9.5 hours of me drawing and painting, though I enjoyed it. It can be rather long sometimes. And here I'm putting in my initial lines. You usually start with the eyes and or nose. Depends on how I feel at the time. Today I think I started with the nose, which you can tell one of the eyes, the left eye, is a little too close. And I'll fix it. I probably don't really see it right now. Trying to move on. Get the initial sketch going. I'm always thinking, looking. Sometimes I use the Illumis, and sometimes I don't. I do it either way, for practice, for training, and how I feel. But I grew up using the Loomis or part of the Loomis. I probably don't. I do it my way or fast way, which can sometimes make your proportions off. But I figure I can fix that as I go. And using digitally, it's a lot easier to correct than what it would be traditionally. Here I'm definitely thinking about the hair and the wildness that Albert Einstein has. I'm probably getting to the point where I'm starting to paint, and I remember probably I was debating whether to do the whole sketch process or just leave it as an outline. But I'd say I'm definitely getting closer to getting to the painting process. see here, I'm working on seeing if my eyes are correct with the subject. And working with the nose. I work with the nose throughout the whole process. I get to a point with the eyes where I'm happy, but I'm really not happy with the nose, especially in the painting part, until almost towards the end, when everything starts falling in together. And you notice that the left top forehead area is the same way, where I've corrected myself several times. This painting took me about 9 hours, 9.5 hours to do in about 4 days. First day I started late, worked on for about an hour. Second day I probably worked on about 2 hours. Third day I probably worked on about 3 or 4. Getting excited about that point. And then the fourth day, I was really feeling good about it when I left it the night before, making a plan to finish it before I went to bed, and it turned out pretty good in the end. A lot of changing around, thinking, values, thinking of my values, my position of things like the eyes, nose, mouth, and ears. Those are the important things. And where they're at with the other pieces of the face. I like to use color when you look at a live subject. You don't really see as much as you look at a photograph, and you can see many hues: greens, blues, reds, yellows, orange. It amazes me when I sit there and paint and look at my subject and notice a little mark of this color, a little mark of that color. How unique our skin is. Sometimes while doing it, it fascinates me and keeps me motivated, and watching the process and the colors. And if you're an artist yourself or enthusiast, you know the top of the face has less blood circulation, so it's usually yellow in the bottom of the face, which has more muscles, which means more blood movement. So it's darker, and or what we call cooler area. of the face. And the structure of the skull allows the shadows you'll see here shortly where I put some yellow to yellow greenish on the top and a purplish burgundy around the bottom and around one of the eyes, and I noticed that I didn't do that with the other eye. I think sometimes it would have probably been better, but sometimes, I'm thinking all the time when I paint, but sometimes you forget things. You think, but you're not thinking in the right area right at that point. It's okay. I do it for fun. And you can always work around there. I'm starting to think about the bottom of the face and that one eyeball. And there I'm doing the top, trying to add some color in the back for shading, and then I'll blend in top colors. And I try to match colors without doing a color sample of the subject. I like doing it, and it's probably good practice to do it that way. You'll always get better in color matching as you go. And then anyways, if you did color match, like I talked earlier, you sample one area and you got one color and you immediately sample right next to it and you're gonna have a different color. So it's good just to wing it on your own and match the color the best you can by eye. What your eye draws you to for that color. Trying to get close, but it don't have to be. Trying to work on shading here. I see that blue on that side of the face, and the light is on that side of the face. And you see, I'm trying to keep that in mind. It's always a learning process. Nowadays I try to practice my lighting, try to make that this has a cool light effect that comes from the right. So around that area will be lighter, and behind it on the left side will be darker. And you'll really notice that when we get into painting the hair. I got a little scribble line off in the center, right? And sometimes I can't tell that my pen is coloring. That was just a sample. Sometimes you get so much color into it and so many layers, you can't tell, but it's there softly building up layers of color. I'm probably not overly sure about it, colors and all at this point, but I keep going. You gotta trust in the process. I'm sure you guys heard that before. You gotta keep painting and trust that your mind and eyes know what they're doing, see what they're doing. And in the end, I thought it turned out pretty good, so. And I've done this many times, and I just kept going. Keep mindful of what I'm doing. Watch the process go. About halfway through the process, getting close to halfway. Always good to turn your subject backwards. You can see your painting, your drawing differently, and you can definitely see errors and where I'm at right now with the nose. Throughout the whole painting process, I try to work on that. I try to work on where I'm at now with the underneath the mustache and the lips. Albert has a very round, say, short nose. Very challenging. Very unique in its own way. And throughout the whole thing, I try to find that roundness. Even looking at it now, and I see the burgundy in the left eye compared to the right eye. I wish I had put some purple in that eye, but what can you do? Actually, I could have done it. I have 5 layers. I could have went down to the bottom layer, second to the bottom layer, and put it in, but I just kept going, and I know I thought about it a few times in the process. I get so excited and doing it and getting it done and getting it right. I just kept moving, though I did take breaks. Throughout the whole process. Probably where you seen where the tape stopped and started, just where I've taken a break. and I analyze when I take the break. I walk away and come back and take a look at it. Yeah, it's always a good idea to do that. To walk away, then come back, and you can see your errors. You can see what you can improve. Same as when I turn my picture 180 degrees. You can see a lot going on there. Here I'm getting ready to work on the background. So when I start laying in all the colors in the hair, and it does help with the skin tone. You can see things. I'm working on my ear. I notice it's a little low. Didn't need much change, but it wasn't correct, really. And this is the shadow part of the neck, bottom of the cheeks and face, which throughout the whole process was challenging. And here, working with the mustache, I'm thinking of looking at my subject and seeing the cools and the warms within the mustache, and the uniqueness of colors that's within the mustache, like I said earlier, with the face and the hair. It's very unique, exciting, actually. The way color pops. And you gotta have a trained eye to really see it. I've been drawing, sketching, painting for a long time, and I've always been fascinated with color. So I picked up where I can see things like that. Good black and white is good too. It's good for practice. Values. Lights and darks. Blending, which I'm still learning to do. I've only digitally painted since about 2019. About the same time I started my YouTube channel. Started a YouTube channel on Christmas Eve 2019. Here I'm adjusting the forehead, and this is where I also got the unique idea of leaving that stripe up on top, kind of like a background frame. Now it jumps out of that frame, like you see where I extend his head, hair and stuff over the. That just came to me when I repositioned his head and seen that white strip up there, and I'll add a white strip to the bottom to kind of match the top. uniformity, say. I think that strip on top would have looked a little more weird if I didn't do the bottom. Checking out all the colors in the hair, the purples and the blues, the grays. If you watched, I never used black. I used dark reds, possibly dark purples. If you watch other videos of my hair, I think I've done a pretty good job with Albert's hair, but in the beginning it was a new experience digitally. I think this is some of my best hair I've done, my videos. And I'm thinking about lighting, especially on that side of the face. There, I'm readjusting the forehead again, like I told you earlier. You'll see it probably, I think, one more time. But it does help. I see an improvement, and I also see an error, something that can be fixed, and I'll fix it later. You'll see where I did, because the forehead's just, that corner of the forehead's just a little too much, I think. And you notice on the left side where I'm using yellows and grays, where the light's not hitting it so much, whereas the light's hitting more so on the right, and I use cool colors and I use warm colors on the other side. And I try to transition. There you're seeing where I'm popping the head away from the background, giving it some uniqueness, style of its own. Draw interest. There, I'm fixing it again. And I think I did it one more time. A little bit. Or I rounded off a little bit. And you can see where I'm jumping all over the place. I know if you've art enthusiast or an artist, that's the best way to do your painting. Not to stay in one area for very long. It color coordinates, harmonizes, gives it roundness to the whole picture if you go all over your face instead of sticking with one area. And it gives your eyes, there I made my bottom strip, gives your eyes away from the area, and you can go back and evaluate it, see what you think, if it needs changed or something. I'm working on this sweater of his, which I think about this point I realize the shoulder's not quite right. Here I turn them backwards again. Try to work on the chin and mouth. Underneath the mustache, that shadow. I had a transition between the neck and cheek, chin area. It was a little challenging. Trying to use hard edges and soft edges. Which is an area that I need to work on as well. But I have fun with it. It'll come. Each of my paintings I've done for YouTube, I've noticed improvements, so that's good. It's a whole different world going from traditional to digital, that's for sure. I'm quite used to it, but in the beginning, painting on a piece of glass is definitely challenging. But you keep going and you'll see improvement just as I have. And I'm kind of working on my lighting. And went back to the ear. Definitely jumping from one area to the other. Monitoring. Thinking throughout the whole process. And trusting in your thinking and letting your hands do what it does best. Working on the shirt again, sweater. Trying to find the soft folds. And the lights and the darks. And I noticed my strip on the bottom wasn't the same height as the strip on the top. So I'm correcting that. Give it so it's more uniform, more pleasing. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'd like my channel to grow. And this is I enjoy doing it, and I've had people talk about how I do it and this and that about painting and drawing. And back in the day in 2019, thought about YouTube and making a channel and my way of showing people how I do things. So I thought, I'd start a YouTube channel and show my process. Please like and subscribe and help me out. The algorithm of the YouTube. You guys doing all that will help my channel grow, and I'll be appreciative of it. It's not really growing that fast, but hopefully one day it'll click and things will improve on it as I learn YouTube and its system. But I mostly do it just because I enjoy drawing and painting, and 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 the uniqueness of each character I paint and how I do it. It's an enjoyment. If it wasn't, I probably wouldn't be doing it. And this way you guys get to maybe learn, see how I do it, get some ideas of your own, or just entertainment. Probably a little bit more than 3/4 done here, especially when I'm starting to mess with clothing. You can always tell I'm about done, because that's usually about the last thing I work with. And if you notice my other videos, a lot of times put very little, if any, of the clothing, but I like the look of it. But my style, my ideas are changing, and your style always does change. And I've decided, well, I'm gonna put a little bit more emphasis on the shoulders and what the individual is wearing. Trying to figure out what you guys like to see, and you can always put it in the comments. Give me ideas, and I can walk you through it like I am today, doing something a little different. First time, so hopefully it ain't too bad. If you like the old way, tell me in the comments. One day, someday, I'm planning on maybe going live. We can sit there and chat. And Q&A, if you like, if you've got a question that I may or may not be able to answer, I'll answer it best I know how I do things. I'm self-taught, so I'd tell you what I know and learned. Might not be a textbook correct or whatnot, but I'll tell you how I do it, and you go from there. You make it yours, your style. I'm also highlighting the wrinkles, which I've had an issue like, or work on throughout the whole process. And I can tell where I could sure use that purple in that left eye, but it's not bad. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. You comment and definitely share if you'd like. It'd help me out. I'm getting to one of my favorite parts, actually. back in the day, I used to sit at home and print my name 1,000,003 times. Seems like a day. Trying to get to look like an artist. When I got bored, that's what I would do. Sit there and print my name. Well, thanks YouTube for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care until the next time. Bye now.